One of the experiments we conducted was giving out two identical resumes named John and Jennifer to recruiters for consideration. Through a series of experiments, we noticed that male applicants were given preference over female applicants. Therefore, we identified that there is a problem of unconscious gender bias in the recruitment process. Studies have shown that this hampers hiring of talented people, creation of an inclusive work environment, employees' contribution to the organization, creativity and productivity. Having identified the problems, as research consultants, our vision for this change program is to increase the awareness of unconscious gender bias and facilitate an unbiased recruitment process. To tackle these problems, we propose a metric-based bias interrupters method, which has been adopted in many other companies. In this iterative method, we have 5 steps. First is to assess what kind of gender bias is prevalent and understand how it's impacting the hiring process. The next step is to identify benchmarks to measure the progress. The third step is implementing a bias interrupter. This can be achieved by raising HR's awareness through training programs. There is also a need to implement bias interrupters in hiring process. By using less masculine words in job advertisement or by regulating people hired from employees' social networks, we can assemble a diverse talent pool. For the resume review process, it is important to decide the parameters for position and make decisions based on it. Blind resume process can also be adopted to minimize unconscious gender bias. At last, in the interviews, the recruiter should ask performance-based questions or form a diverse panel to interview applicants. The fourth step of this method is to measure whether interventions interrupts the bias effectively or not. The last step is to scale up or use other interrupters if necessary. We suggest that the leader should imbibe traits from relational leadership, incorporated with emotional intelligence. Then this change can be brought more effectively into the organization. Self-aware about current scenario, influential, motivation to passionately implement the change, empathetic towards employees, should be inclusive to bridge the gap between in-groups and out-groups, and be purposeful to keep up the momentum. Changing the current scenario will lead to the following positive impacts. Getting the right talent on board can enhance team productivity, improve innovation and higher problem-solving ability, which is essential for companies in STEM industries. Enhancing the employer brand by attracting and retaining great talents. It is proved that the inclusive workplace will lead to better financial performance. Thank you for your patience and attention.